Today, we explore a fascinating and deeply moving testament of the Christian faith in its early centuries. It's the letter to Diognetus, written around the 2nd century to a curious pagan seeking to understand what made Christians so different. But perhaps the most moving aspect of the letter is how relevant it is today, how Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. His church is a living community that runs on his blood and shows us that despite our flaws, the Lord works his love in all times in the same way. I invite you then to enjoy this precious testimony from 1800 years ago. I see, most excellent Diognetus, that you are interested in learning about the religion of the Christians, and you wonder where this devotion to the God you cannot see comes from, why they are not afraid of death, and why they do not consider gods those whom the Greeks call gods. Christians are not distinguished from other men by their country, language, or customs. They do not live in their own cities, nor do they use a different language, nor do they follow a unique way of life. They do not hold to human doctrines, nor any other superstition derived from human tradition. They live in Greek and barbarian cities, as it is given to each one, and they adapt to the customs of the citizens in terms of clothing, food, and other aspects of daily life. However, they display a remarkable and in every way paradoxical way of life. They live in their own countries but as strangers. They participate in everything as citizens and endure everything as foreigners. Every foreign land is their country, and every country is foreign to them. They marry and have children, but they do not abandon them. They share a table, but not a bed. They are in the flesh, but they do not live according to the flesh. They spend their time on earth, but they are citizens of heaven. They obey the established laws, but with their lives they surpass the laws. They obey the established laws, but with their lives they surpass the laws. They love everyone, and they are persecuted by everyone. They are unknown and condemned. They are put to death, and they gain life. They are poor, and they will enrich many. They lack everything, and they abound in everything. They are despised, and in their despising they are glorified. They are cursed, and they are blessed. They are insulted, and they give honor. They do good, and they are punished as evildoers. When they are punished, they rejoice as if they were brought to life. The Jews fight against them as foreigners, and the Greeks persecute them. But no one can explain the reason for their enmity. In short, as the soul is in the body, so are Christians in the world. The soul is spread throughout all the members of the body, and Christians are in the cities of the world. The soul dwells in the body, but it does not come from the body. Christians dwell in the world, but they are not of the world. The invisible soul is kept in the visible body, and Christians are known as stories, but their piety remains invisible. The letter to Diognetus is a fascinating and deeply moving testament to the Christian faith in its early centuries. Written around the 2nd century, this anonymous letter is addressed to a curious pagan, Diognetus, who seeks to understand what makes Christians so different from their contemporaries. What is it that distinguishes Christians? According to the letter, Christians live in the world, but they are not of the world. They live in their own lands, but as foreigners. They participate in everything, but they endure injustices and persecutions with surprising serenity. They are not recognized by their clothes or customs, but by their conduct and unconditional love towards everyone, even their enemies. The heart of the letter lies in the revelation of God through Jesus Christ. The author emphasizes that God is not only the creator but also a loving Father who sent his only Son to redeem humanity. This act of love and sacrifice is the core of the Christian faith and the reason for resisting all adversity. The letter concludes with a hopeful vision. The revelation of Christ transforms men and women of any time. Christians, guided by divine love, lead a life of holiness, not according to the desires of the flesh, but according to the will of God. It is an invitation to a life of purpose and transcendence that resonates through the centuries to our present day. The letter to Diognetus is not just a historical document, it is a powerful defense of the faith and a spiritual guide that inspires those who read it. In a modernist church like today's, which lives for the world and not for Christ, this letter is a call to our very soul of the faith. Its message of love, hope, and redemption is a light that invites us to discover the true essence of Christianity, which is nothing other than living according to the commands of Christ, not those of the world. Only then will we be another Christ, alter Christus. Lord, may whoever sees me see you. See. This was the bell tower of the Vendee. Give us a like and share it. Goodbye, beloved warriors in the Lord.